glad that you also didn't check your audio before the session started. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Hecker. This is the title of my rant. Do your job well, please. My rant is, the audience for my rant are journalists. But first, an important point of business. Eric and I have decided that every year we will award the coveted Duct Tape Award to our favorite rant of the previous year.
Why is there duct tape?
Why? We're not going to go into why there's a Duct Tape Award. You can Google that. However, we're going to award the award this year to Clint Hockey. Clint, come on up. For the following statement last year. Why isn't Call of Duty, with all of its perfectly true mechanics and dynamics, actually about duty? Or why isn't Medal of Honor actually about honor? Christ, imagine what it would be worth to you if you could put honor in a box and sell it. And Clint, we're going to give him a couple moments to say something.
Any sass?
Turn me up. Give me a blowjob or something? Yeah, okay, I guess I said that. I guess to go on topic, I mean, a couple years ago I also said something like I thought that the state of criticism in the game industry was very, very poor, and I lamented that and, complained about it, maybe ranted on my blog a bit, and I think like a year and a half later, it's really starting to transform itself. So there's people sitting on this panel and, lots of bloggers and stuff who I see in the audience, who I consider my colleagues as much as game developers in the audience. You guys turned everything around, so I actually don't have any kind of rant to make about journalism in any way other than that thing I said about wine yesterday. And as for this problem, I guess that's the thing I ranted about it that I hope would be fixed this year, but I think, I was complaining that we who make AAA games, guys like me, who make all of these juvenile boy games. Heather's right, by the way. I think she's going to be wearing this next year. I'm sorry. I thought we were going to learn something from the people who were making, these independent games that were really challenging the way we thought about games. And a year later, I think they've learned way more from us than we've learned from them, and they're kicking our asses. So if you still like making AAA games, it's not a fucking joke. Like, you better fucking learn from these guys because they're gonna decimate us badly. And you won't be making AAA games anymore because you'll be out of business. So what I said last year is still true, and it's like 3 orders of magnitude more true now, I think. So tick, tick, tick. That's it. The other tradition that we started last year is I have to disclaim everything I say now. These are my opinions. They're not the opinions of any corporation I may or may not work for, or colleagues at that corporation. If you're going to report on these opinions, please at least give enough context that they actually sound like what I'm saying, as opposed to something just interested in driving traffic to the website. All right. Carol, that went around to you. Here's my rant in abridged form. Journalism is an important job. It is very important. I actually think in a day-to-day, concrete basis, it is a more important job than game development. Now, I think games are going to be the preeminent art form of the 21st century, as I won't shut up about. And I think art and entertainment is incredibly important to society. But from a day-to-day, on a day-to-day basis, journalism is more important because it affects people. Reporting impacts people, personally and professionally. What you write impacts people. And, of course, the obligatory Spider-Man quote, with that great power comes great responsibility. So, that's the abridged version of my rant. Now I'm going to give the exemplified version of my rant, which is a little bit of a personal anecdote. Raise your hand if you have never Googled yourself, your name. Wow. I expected someone to raise their hand and I was going to call them out for being a blatant liar. But we have a bunch of honest people. That's very nice. All right, so I Google myself. Please stick your foot in your mouth as often as I do. You have to Google yourself relatively often. So let's Google me. Oh, here's some articles. Let's see, it's my homepage. That's cool. I'm at the top. There's my Wikipedia page, which is adventure and stuff. Hey, what's this last one? What's this next one? Chris Hecker, apparently responsible for simplified sport gameplay. Let's click through. Wow, look at this article. I'm going to use this article as an example of of how you're doing it wrong. Let's talk about 3 things about this article. Number 1, let's talk about this headline. I'll read the top line headline and then the underline, the secondary headline. Chris Hacker apparently responsible for simplified sport gameplay. New article suggests the hacker, we'll ignore that for a second, wanted to move away from a more scientific approach in favor of a cuter game. Hacker says nonsense. 2 things about this. 1, new article. This is actually written about a forum post. The new article this is written about is a forum post by a disgruntled fan. Number 2, hacker says nonsense. Also from another forum post on Twitter to 3, where I said the whole thing is completely bunk. Now, given that the original source material is a fucking forum post, and another forum post by the person you're accusing of doing it says this is probably not true, you might change the headline to say something like, controversy surrounds simplified sport gameplay, forum battle rages over simplified gameplay. Here's the last line in the article. We'll do our best to try and get the side of the story on this issue. I've had the same email address for 15 years. I've had the same cell phone number for 12 years. No one contacted me. No one did their best to get Hecker aside and think this was just words. You just shat this up on a page. It didn't mean anything to them. Why do people keep using the same fucking picture? This is the worst picture ever. This is a picture, this is a photograph of a monitor tilted while I was making a war. It's like distorted. It looks like I'm on steroids with a horrible haircut. I'm not Tom Cruise, but there are better pictures. Like, look, go to Google Images. There's a picture of me with my baby. Like, the first picture is me, the picture there. It's me and Dave Perry. That's a totally reasonable picture. Now, there's actually an achievement for journalism embedded in this talk. Who can detect our illustrious panel of journalists? Any journalist? What's wrong with this picture?
You're standing on a box.
How tall is Dave Perry? He's taller than Phil Harrison. How tall is Phil Harrison? He's fucking tall. 4 years tall, and by the transitive property of shortness, I am shorter than Dave Perry. What? I'm carrying that table. These days, everything said by and about someone goes on their permanent record. So please do your job and do it well. I will leave you with this. And you